Hey guys, what's up? This is Nathaniel from r3union. So as you're aware, as Raven was talking about earlier in an earlier episode, we're going to start a new series. It's going to be called Story Time, where we all basically just go around and we talk about a random story that happened to us in life at some point. I really have no idea what the heck to say, to be completely honest. I got plenty of stories, but they're all kind of scattered. I don't know how appropriate they would be for YouTube. So I'm going to try and clean them up as best as I can. So one of the stories goes back a few years ago, back when I was actually homeless. I ended up going to, I used to live in an apartment complex out in Tempe, and I ended up using to, I had a friend, you know, who was one of my neighbors, so I ended up going over to their place. You know, I had to walk there basically from Moutuki, so that was fun. So I go over there and I encounter a very friend who's very dear to me. She's actually in a wheelchair and she's elderly. So what ends up happening is we ends up finding out that our mutual friend's apartment is actually getting evicted and we can't really stay there. She apparently has an apartment though, all the way in Mesa, which is at least a good 20 miles away from where we were. So what ended up happening was I ended up actually wheelchairing her all the way from where we were in Tempe to her home in Mesa. And now you have to keep in mind, this has been probably at least 2 or 3 days since I've slept. Back when I was homeless, I did sleep for various reasons. So that was, it was a really interesting experience to say the least. Now after a few days of sleep, you kind of start seeing things that really aren't there, I guess. Or being aware of certain things. So by the time we get to her house in Mesa, it's already nighttime, and you know she passes out. But first of all, I made the best bacon sandwich of my life there. I mean, like, this is like 3 a.m. I'm cooking a bacon sandwich. The entire house is full of bacon smoke. I have to open the doors and everything like that. I just lit it out. It was amazing, to say the least. So eventually the time comes where, you know, it's like 4 a.m. or something, 3 a.m., 4 a.m. and I'm just sitting outside smoking a cigarette. And I really won't go into too many details of it right now, but I have by far one of the most spiritual experiences of my life. It was a pretty awakening moment, if you want to call it that. It was, you know, there was a little bit of like hesitation, there was a little bit of what's going on kind of moments, but it was, it's funny. I wrote it, I had like a little notebook that I was carrying with me at the time, like about that big, and it was like, it had purple zebra stripes on it too. And I wrote it down in there like that, and it was just, it's one of those moments that you have that just affects your core. So like I said, I ended up writing about it in there and everything like that, and unfortunately though, through the test of times, that notebook got lost. Or someone has it, maybe some government agency has it, that's totally possible too. Or most likely it's in a landfill somewhere. But you know, it was really cool though to have that experience, because you know, it had been after a lot of effort actually, to be completely honest. But you know, it's one thing that kind of, where I'm trying to get with the story here, is you know, I believe very firmly that the universe is harmonic. And you know, I wasn't always doing what was right, to be completely honest, you know, even though I always thought I was. But you know, I hurt a lot of people along the way, but you know, I was able to always never truly do harm to them. And by being able to actually try to take care of others and do something genuinely good, I actually had some really positive experience come out of this. Like I said, she's a very old dear friend to me. And I was, she opened me into her house with welcome arms and really helped me in a tough spot that I was able to do, just by simply what I was doing with what I thought was right. You know, she's an old lady who needs to help being wheelchaired around, and you know, she's all the way in, she's over like 20 miles away from her house. The least I can do is do my best to give her help, and you know, I didn't have any negative intentions or anything like that, and I was able to actually truly help her. And I was, I guess if you want to call it, rewarded, not exactly in the spiritual measures, but just in knowing that I was doing the right thing. And that's one of the very few things that's been able to keep me going all this time, is by really truly doing what's right in my heart. And I'm able to have some pretty weird stories from it. So with that, I guess I'll kind of give it an end. I know it was pretty vague, but I hope you guys enjoyed it. Have a good day.